Alright, what is going on, guys? gdoggcasey here with another healing video for you guys featuring Creature Crown. Today we're doing Tam-Tara Deepcroft, which is the second dungeon in the list of many dungeons that we will be doing with the Conjurers. So first things first, we're going to go ahead and throw Protect on our party. And get going. So this dungeon, there's really not going to be too much different than what we saw in the previous dungeon. It's, you know, as usual, the first 3 to 4 dungeons are pretty cut and dry in terms of difficulty. But this one's a fun one. I like the aesthetic. It's got a good theme. So we're waiting for our tank to get going here. So we're going to focus on, once again, just getting better at stancing and switching between healing and DPS and things like that. Keep an eye on our tank's health and learn to switch to healing when it's absolutely needed. We're actually doing pretty well here with this guy. We'll throw in another arrow, and then I'll switch, and we got a couple dudes we got to heal here. Looks like our archer was hitting the wrong enemy, so pulled some threat on him, but we're good to go. And continue on. A lot of pulls are going to be similar to this one. Are we missing someone here? Yeah, we don't have our ninja. I think that's what that mark is. These people causing me problems with the video as usual. We could just go on. He'll either catch up, or we can kick him and get another DPS instantly later, so. Yeah. Exactly. We will survive. Oops, let's make sure we're DPSing the proper target. See, I just made the same mistake that the archer did before. But we're not going to run. We're just going to keep DPSing here. Throw another arrow on this guy. Alright, turn off Cleric Stance, and we'll do a little AoE heal here just to cover everybody. My health will just regen by the time we start another fight anyway. I was looking at the gear of our Conjurer here, and I think it could stand to be upgraded, but at this time, it's not going to be too important. Alright, our tank is taking some more damage here than usual, so buff him back up. I'll even give him one more heal here. Then we'll switch back to DPS. Hey, we just got a level. I'm pretty sure that's level 30. Yep. We can now actually become a white mage, so that'll be interesting. I actually don't have a white mage of my own yet. So remember what I was saying at the beginning of episode 1, where this is going to be a lot more of kind of like a let's play. Like, we're just going through all the dungeons as a white mage / conjurer and doing our best to try to just to try to be the best white mage we can. Some of you guys might take it as a guide. Like, you'll definitely learn something if you're very new to the game, and you have no idea how a white mage works. Well, then you'll learn something. But some of you guys are going to be way better than me, and I definitely welcome tips on how to be a better white mage. But of course, for the first several dungeons here, it's kind of hard to screw up. So, yeah, but this guy's taking some extra damage here, so we will go ahead and heal him up. I think they were saying grats for me hitting level 30. What's going on here? I'm trying to see. It's not letting me select the beetle. I'm hitting tab and it wasn't letting me do that. Oh well. Not a big deal. This tank's going to be skipping the extra rooms. I'm okay with that. Alright, let's get in here and make sure that we... Or wait, is this... No, yeah. He is skipping the extra rooms. Alright, we got arrow on everybody. We'll start doing some damage. That's the wrong enemy. Hopefully we don't pull thread there by mistake. Hey, look at that. We got our ninja. So now... Oh, that's not the ninja. Never mind. Forget about me. Oh, he pulled something else. Okay. Well, let's get to healing now. It's going to be a little bit tougher, but when I say tough, I literally just mean We just have to heal instead of damage. Here comes another enemy as well. So we're gonna stick to healing for now, just because he's got like 3 or 4 guys on him. We don't want to kill ourselves. Everyone's doing great though. Alright, we can spare a moment to throw on Cleric Stance and get some arrows spread around everybody. There we go. And then we'll throw off Cleric Stance, and we'll come in here and throw a little AoE heal, just to get the Bard up as well. Or the Bard, or he's an archer right now, so. You'd think the amount of time I spend with this game, I would recognize every one of these little icons, but I actually still don't. Sometimes I mischaracterize someone or misclass them, if you will. Like, I think that's a ninja, but I suppose I could be wrong about that. Oh, looks like he's here. He literally just lit up there, so. There he is! Hey! We were already doing pretty well. We're gonna do even better now. Alright, so this dungeon doesn't really have very many bosses. It's got a couple different instances of this fight. So we'll be doing similar fights in place of bosses during this dungeon, but there will be a final boss. Alright, let's switch back to damage. There's literally only that guy left, so we'll let him get aggro first. There we go. Then we'll throw arrow. You want to be careful. Like, it's cool to be really quick and everything, and as soon as the enemy spawns to get going on them, but you want to let the tank grab aggro first before you do something like that, because you'll just make it a little bit harder. Again, it's not like you're going to lose the fight and everybody's going to die because of it. It just makes it a bit annoying, right? It's not optimal, so we're trying to be optimal. I think the tank can survive here. Just zerg him down. There we go. I'll give him a heal here. Is loot any good for us? No. Tanky gear. Alright. Throw on some arrows. Figure out who we're DPSing here. This tank is taking some pretty serious damage. Put Cleric Stance back on and get back to work. Looks like the DPS is split. So, you know, we could be going through this a little bit quicker, but whatever. We're not going to complain. It's just another argument towards marking at least the first target. Alright, Cleric Stance on. Throw arrow on everything. Should have time to at least arrow everything. Wait, there's the one that we haven't arrowed yet. Alright, let's get the healing here. Everybody's taking some damage. I was gonna throw an AoE heal, but I thought against it. Probably better to just focus the tank here. Whoop. Right-clicked on someone by mistake. Alright, we'll throw out an AoE heal here. Boom, and then, you know, we can help with some DPS. And continue on. Find a good place here. Actually, I don't think that's a good place. Arrow on everything. So the Bard looks to be doing the same thing, or the Archer, sorry, is spreading his poison on everything. I'm not sure that's the optimal way. I would say that, you know, as a DPS, here's what it's worth the conversation. I'm not saying it's cut and dry, don't split your damage over times over all the enemies, but I would say that, in my opinion, it's better, especially for someone like an Archer, to just focus down the main target because you have massive single target damage that you are not taking advantage of when you are busy splitting your DPS. Not only that, but you're pulling the enemy to you, and this is why this archer keeps taking damage, because he is focusing on spreading his damage around over time. And yeah, like, it's, you know, there's something to be said for that, but my understanding is that the only class that actually wants to be doing that kind of thing is the Summoner, which is actually a class that I have literally zero experience with. So, you know, I'm not sure that, like, the Summoner is kind of like the Warlock from World of Warcraft, where he or she focuses more on damage over times, and you can do like a whole bunch of them at once, is my understanding. So, you know, it's worth it to spread all of those DOTs over other enemies in that case, because your class is built around doing that. Whereas the Archer is much better at just doing single target damage. And when you're not doing single target damage, you are therefore losing DPS. And again, it's not a big deal. It's not like we're gonna all die in the dungeon because of it. It's just something, you know, it's optimization. And that's one thing I really like about Final Fantasy, is that, you know, there are optimal ways to play the game, and then there are non-optimal ways to play the game, and you can have a discussion about it, and I really like that. Like, for example, healers doing DPS, right? Like, sure, the healer's main job, if you remember, if any of you guys have watched my initial tanking videos, I was saying that the tank's only job is to tank all the damage. They don't have to worry about doing damage at all. That's for the DPS. The tank's job is to take damage only. If you have next to 0 DPS, it doesn't really matter, because it's not your job. That's what I said in my early videos. I don't need that either. But I'm actually going to renege a little bit on that, because there are optimal ways to play. And if you can get your damage up as well as tanking all the enemies, then you're helping your party out more, and you're being more optimal, in my opinion. So same thing with a healer, where doing damage is not really your job, but if you can slip it in, you can actually help your party much more, just by, you know, making it take a little less time to actually get through all the mobs. So, you know, there are people who will say that the healer's job is just to heal, and, you know, you're not wrong about that. If you don't let your tank die, then you have successfully done your job. But you can help your party out a little bit more. And I feel like I've already had this conversation actually several times, so I'm not going to go too far more into it, but it's just it's a topic that I like to discuss. So I'm not chastising the Archer. See, he's even like pulling the enemies here. He's just trying to get through it quickly, and he's not causing us problems by doing this. You know, the tank might be a little bit annoyed. Some tanks really don't like it when other classes start the pulls. Actually, sometimes even I don't like it, but, you know, at the end of the day, we're getting through it fine. It's not causing too much problems. I'm capable of healing the Archer when he takes some damage, so, you know, he's fine to do that. I already said that. In the meantime, we're just continuing to throw arrow on everybody, and then throw some stones at them until we feel like we need to actually heal. I love that mages can actually use sprint as well, because they almost never need to use TP, so it's pretty fun to be able to do that. Alright. Cleric stance. Whoops, I actually did not mean to do that. That was a mistake. So we pulled aggro by mistake. We're going to stand by the tank and let him easily get the aggro back off of us. He's already done a good job doing that. Some people are getting a little bit low, but nothing that they can't handle. So we'll keep DPSing. Is that more enemies coming in? Alright, so we're going to switch to healing mode now that more enemies have come in. The AoE heal might actually pull aggro on me. Didn't look like it did it, so we got lucky there. But we have to be aware that it potentially could have. Yeah, see right there, we actually pulled threat. That enemy's almost dead though, so it's not a big deal. Alright, throw some arrows on things. Yeah, this Archer is just really trying to pull big fights. And hey, whatever. As a healer, I actually don't mind that. So something I did right there is important to note, I was in the middle of casting stone, and then I thought, actually, a heal might be more important because of all the damage that was coming in on the archer and the tank. So I just canceled my my cast for stone by just moving. If you move, the spell will be canceled, and then I just did a heal instead. So if you find yourself in the middle of casting a damage spell, but all of a sudden you think that maybe a healing spell would be better, you can cancel it just by moving. So that's what we did there. I actually forgot to eat food. Whenever I forget to eat food at the beginning of a dungeon, I want you guys to leave terrible comments and call me bad and stupid and everything, because you should always eat food before starting a dungeon. Alright, arrow on everybody. Tank is taking some heavy damage, so we'll turn off Cleric Stance and start healing him up. There we go. Done. Put Cleric Stance back on and start stoning again. I probably should focus this one. The damage is really disorganized in this party, so it's easy to continue to be disorganized. Alright, this is probably the toughest fight in the whole dungeon, just because there's 4 of them. We're still gonna throw some arrow on them, though, but we're gonna pay attention to the tank's health. Yeah, we're not gonna be able to do that. I think it was this fight where I let the tank die with my Astrologian, actually, because I tried to throw arrow on a few too many people. Alright, we pulled threat, so we'll run over to the tank. Put Cleric Stance back on, because he's full health, and we'll just spread arrow around again. It's funny because I realized I was just talking about how you shouldn't really spread your DPS, and I'm doing that. So I very well might be making a mistake in doing that. You guys let me know in the comments if you think I should just be focusing one guy down. As a healer, I don't know. You know, again, my main job is not DPS, so maybe it's a little bit more okay for me to do that kind of thing. Maybe it isn't. Maybe I should just be focusing down one target. I'm just kind of used to spreading out the arrows because arrow doesn't have a cast time, so I can just put it on everybody. And usually after I've put arrow on everybody, that's about when I want to start healing the tank. So it's sort of a habit. It might be a bad one. Who else is casting Protect and doing my job? Alright. So we'll see how many arrows we can get off here before we need to heal the tank. Probably just one more. Yeah, let's get going on healing. This is full. Throw some more arrows on things. Alright, we're good. Get the tank healed up for the fight against the Void's soul counter. And then throw arrow on him. DPS him down for a bit. Get a heal on here. Let them get kind of low. It's one of the first times I've noticed the Marauder using main, which he should be using like at all times. Sometimes I feel when I bring up things like that, I'm focusing a little bit too much on, you know, the negatives, and I really don't mean it that way. I apologize if I come across that way. I point it out mostly for myself and a little bit for you guys. You know, things that I think is the right way to do things. But I'm not saying, like, this is a bad tank. In fact, he's been doing a great job despite the having an archer on the team. When I play Marauder and there's an archer on the team, I struggle heavily holding threat. Like, I struggle very badly with it, so. Looks like everybody knows what to do here, so that's good. Get another cure. He's gonna die, so we'll throw another arrow on this guy and then start doing some more damage. We're already at the last boss, guys, so this dungeon's been going relatively quickly. We got good DPS, a good tank, and a decent healer, so it's working. Alright, that stone is going to be wasted because the boss was invulnerable. So we pulled some guys because of our heals, so we'll just run right to the tank, make it easy for him. Quite a few enemies here, so the tank is taking some decent damage, so we're going to stick with healing. There we go. Throw on Cleric Stance. Throw some more arrows on. We'll get out of this AoE. Alright, bunch of enemies out now, so we'll make sure we're healing the tank. I'm probably going to pull aggro with this heal. Got a couple of them on me, so once again, stand by the tank. Let him use his overpower and collect everybody. Very nice. Keep healing. DPS is doing a great job taking care of the ads that actually matter there, that make the boss invulnerable. Boom. Damage. Limit break from the archer. And we'll just get a couple more heals on the tank here just to be safe. And there we go. Dunzo. Boom. Didn't even stand a chance. Oh, he left. Oh, everybody left. Couldn't even commend anybody. Too slow. Alright guys, well that's going to do it for this video. We got ourselves 2-player commendations, so that is, you know, a little bit of proof that I'm the best healer in the world. So, there you go. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. It's been a lot of fun. Look forward for a couple more healing videos this week. I'd like to get the healer up to about Halatali or so that when I start doing the DPS dungeons, you're not going to see like Sastasha twice in a row or Tam-Tara twice in a row. It should be spread out at least enough so that it gives you some variety. So yeah, but we will be doing, we'll be getting back to normal tanking, healing, and DPS next week. That being said, I'm still not sure exactly which DPS class I'm going to go with, so if you have any interest in a specific one, let me know, because so far nobody has said anything about it. So I'm open. Like you see, Creech here has the ability to be any DPSer. So let me know who you want to see, and I will go on with that one. Again, hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.